Surrounded by enemies, his body broken and scarred, the great demon Fang Yuan stood at the absolute peak of his power, yet on the precipice of utter failure. After 500 years of bloodshed, relentless scheming, and countless sacrifices, his ultimate goal, the refinement of the legendary Rank 9 Fate Gu, had crumbled to dust before his very eyes. His rivals, the so-called righteous heroes of the world, closed in from all sides, their faces alight with triumph, ready to deliver the final blow. But Fang Yuan, ever the cunning strategist, had one last, desperate gambit hidden up his sleeve. A final act of defiance against a predetermined destiny that he refused to accept. With his dying breath, he activated his most precious and unique treasure, the spring-autumn cicada. This mystical goo worm, one of the 10 legendary Rank 6 goo, possessed the incredible ability to manipulate time itself, allowing its user to journey back into the past. As his enemies lunged for the kill, a blinding wave of golden light erupted from Fang Yuan, engulfing everything. The world around him dissolved into shimmering fragments, like a shattered mirror, pulling him into an unknown temporal vortex. But to truly understand how a demonic venerable of such terrifying renown reached this point, and what he would do with a second chance at life, we have to go much further back, 500 years back to be exact, to a humble place called Qing Mao Mountain, where his journey first began.
Fang Yuan awakens, not as the centuries-old demon he was, but in the frail, 15-year-old body of his past self. The air is thick and humid, the simple room is intimately familiar, and the sounds outside are those of the Gu Yue clan, a family he had long since left behind in a trail of blood and betrayal. It worked. The spring-autumn cicada, though severely weakened and dormant within his aperture, had sent his consciousness back half a millennium. He now possesses all his memories, all his ruthless experience, and all his terrifying knowledge, trapped within the unsuspecting form of a powerless boy. This is his second chance, and he intends to seize it with both hands, forging a new path to absolute supremacy.
This entire world, this vast and dangerous realm, runs on the power of Gu. Gu are not mere insects, they are mystical creatures, each possessing a unique and often incredible power, ranging from the mundane to the truly world-shaking. They are the very source of all strength, the foundation of cultivation, and the bedrock of society. Gu masters capture, raise, and painstakingly refine these creatures, implanting them into their bodies to wield astonishing abilities. From conjuring razor-sharp blades of moonlight to healing grievous wounds, or even manipulating the very elements, everything a Gu master can achieve depends entirely on the specific Gu they possess and how they choose to use them. It's a complex, brutal system where strength dictates survival. At the core of every Gu master lies their aperture, a mystical space within their body that stores and refines primeval essence. This essence is the lifeblood of cultivation, the fuel that powers all Gu worms. The quality and quantity of a Gu master's primeval essence directly dictates their strength and potential. A vibrant, healthy aperture with abundant, pure essence means rapid cultivation and powerful techniques. Fang Yuan, in his current 15-year-old body, has a nascent aperture, filled with only a trickle of low-grade essence, a stark contrast to the vast, turbulent ocean of primeval energy he commanded in his past life. He knows he must rebuild from scratch, but this time with unparalleled efficiency.
Tomorrow is the crucial awakening ceremony, where all youths of the clan discover their innate aptitude for cultivation and receive their very first Gu. This ceremony determines their future, their status, and their potential within the clan hierarchy. In his previous life, Fang Yuan had only C-grade aptitude, a mediocre talent that doomed him to a life of struggle and limited potential, scorned by many. He remembers the pity, the frustration, and the crushing feeling of inadequacy vividly. But this time, things are different. He holds 500 years of future knowledge, secrets of hidden inheritances, powerful Gu worms, and cultivation techniques that could turn even the most dismal talent into a terrifying, world-shaking weapon.
His calm exterior hides a storm of ambition, ready to be unleashed. At the ceremony, his younger brother, Fang Zheng, steps forward and reveals A-grade aptitude, the highest possible and a sign of immense, undeniable talent. The elders erupt in celebration, showering him with praise and visions of a glorious future, already predicting his rise to leadership. Fang Zheng is immediately hailed as the clan's golden prodigy, a beacon of hope for their future. His aura shines brightly, drawing all attention and admiration, as if bathed in divine light. This moment of his brother's glory, Fang Yuan recalls, was once a source of bitter envy, but now it's merely a data point in his grand scheme. When Fang Yuan's turn comes, it's just as he remembered, a disappointing C grade. The light from the aptitude stone is dim, a stark contrast to his brother's brilliance. He's met with a wave of disappointment, pity, and scorn from the clan members, who quickly dismiss him as ordinary, a commoner. Some even whisper about his poor luck, while others simply ignore him, turning their attention back to Fang Zheng. But while everyone else sees failure and a limited future, Fang Yuan sees something else entirely. A perfect cover, a mask of mediocrity behind which he can hide his true, terrifying potential and schemes, allowing him to operate unseen and unhindered by expectations. The spring-autumn cicada, while powerful, is not without its costs. Fang Yuan feels its immense burden constantly, a faint, ever-present sense of weakness and fragility in his aperture, his cultivation core. It's a ticking time bomb, slowly draining his life force, much like a parasitic goo. He knows he must cultivate rapidly, not just to regain his strength, but to nourish and protect the cicada, ensuring its survival and his own. This constant internal threat fuels his ruthless drive, pushing him to exploit every advantage and never waste a single moment, because his very existence, his second chance at life, hangs precariously in the balance. He receives the standard clan-issued goo, the Moonlight Goo. It's a simple rank 1 goo, resembling a small blue beetle, that allows a goo master to condense primeval essence into small crescent-shaped moon blades, perfect for basic combat and hunting. For others, it's a humble starting point, a basic tool to learn with, a symbol of their entry into the world of goo masters. But for Fang Yuan, it's the very first tool in rebuilding his vast arsenal, a foundational piece upon which he will construct his future power. He immediately begins cultivating with a ruthless efficiency that would shock any teacher, pushing his frail mortal body to its absolute limits, because he knows time is a luxury he cannot afford to waste. While other novice goo masters struggled with basic meditation and slowly accumulating primeval essence, Fang Yuan employed methods only known to ancient cultivators, or those with vast experience. He didn't just meditate, he pushed his aperture to its absolute limits, drawing in primeval energy with a hunger that bordered on self-destruction, constantly teetering on the edge of internal injury. He knew exactly how to maximize every single drop of essence, how to circulate it most efficiently, and how to push through bottlenecks that would stump others for months. His progress was unnervingly fast, a testament to his 500 years of ruthless practice and a total disregard for conventional wisdom. Leveraging his future knowledge, Fang Yuan quickly sets his sights on a hidden inheritance left by a long-dead rank 3 goo master, the eccentric flower wine monk. This isn't just a lucky find, it's a meticulously planned heist, a calculated move to acquire superior resources early on. He remembers the vague legends, the cryptic clues, and the general location from his previous life, piecing together information that others would dismiss as folklore. He knows that this inheritance, if secured, would give him a critical advantage over the slow, methodical pace of clan cultivation, allowing him to leapfrog his peers and secure a powerful secret weapon. He navigates treacherous terrain, avoids dangerous traps, and solves ancient riddles, all while maintaining his facade of a struggling C-grade student on routine missions. He faced wild beasts and natural formations that would deter any ordinary rank 1 goo master, but his experience allowed him to bypass or neutralize these threats with ease. Inside the monk's secret cave, he discovers not only a massive stash of primeval stones, the essential currency and cultivation resource of this world, but also a crucial goo worm, the liquor worm. This small, unassuming worm, a treasure beyond measure for his current stage, will become his secret weapon, a silent accelerator for his cultivation. The liquor worm possesses an incredible ability. It can refine a goo master's primeval essence, doubling its potency. This means that for every unit of primeval essence Fang Yuan cultivates, the liquor worm transforms it into 2 units of higher quality essence. This effectively doubles his cultivation speed, allowing him to progress at an unheard of pace for someone with C-grade aptitude, defying all natural laws. It's a cheat code, a massive advantage that no one else in the clan possesses, and it allows him to rapidly close the gap between his current weak body and his past demonic power, setting him on a trajectory far beyond anyone's imagination. With the liquor worm now integrated into his aperture, Fang Yuan's daily cultivation routine transforms. He spends hours, not just meditating, but actively guiding the liquor worm to refine his essence, feeling the raw power surge within him. He consumes primeval stones at an alarming rate, far more than any C-grade would be allocated, but he meticulously covers his tracks, replacing them with lesser quality stones or fabricating mission reports. He pushes his body to the brink, recovering just enough to repeat the cycle, knowing that every moment of pain now means exponentially greater power later. This relentless pursuit of strength, fueled by his inner demon, is unmatched. With the liquor worm and his unmatched 500 years of experience, Fang Yuan's progress is terrifyingly swift. He breaks through to the middle stage of rank 1, then the upper stage in a matter of weeks, astounding his teachers, who attribute it to sheer hard work and an unexpected burst of talent. He then uses his accumulated primeval stones, carefully acquired from his hidden inheritance and shrewd mission choices, to buy a valuable white jade goo. This defensive goo strengthens his skin, making him incredibly durable and resistant to attacks, a vital layer of protection for his vulnerable body. He's not just cultivating, he's meticulously building his foundation, piece by piece, all while maintaining the perfect illusion of an average, hardworking student. His rapid, albeit hidden progress doesn't go entirely unnoticed, particularly by his opportunistic and greedy aunt and uncle. They see his burgeoning resource accumulation and the clan's slight increase in attention towards him, and their covetous eyes light up. They begin to subtly harass him, demanding a share of his mission rewards, claiming it's for his own good or to support the family. They try to strong-arm him into handing over his primeval stones and goo worms, believing they can easily intimidate a mere C-grade youth. But they gravely underestimate the 500-year-old demon lurking beneath that youthful facade, and their greed will soon lead to their utter ruin. Fang Yuan, with the cold, calculating logic of a 500-year-old demon, doesn't just refuse, he systematically dismantles them. He manipulates clan rules, subtly twisting regulations to his advantage, making their demands appear unlawful. He beats their arrogant son, Gu Yue Manxi, senseless in a public duel, not just winning, but utterly humiliating him, shattering his confidence and reputation. He publicly exposes their hypocrisy and greed, turning clan opinion against them. He establishes beyond a doubt that he is not to be trifled with, that any attempt to exploit him will be met with swift, brutal, and utterly merciless retaliation. In his world, mercy is not a virtue. It's a fatal weakness that leads to destruction. These ruthless actions create an even deeper rift between him and his younger brother, Fang Zheng. The clan's golden prodigy simply cannot comprehend his older brother's cruelty and utter indifference. Fang Zheng, still naive and idealistic, tries repeatedly to reach out, to understand, to bridge the growing chasm between them. He sees Fang Yuan's actions as a moral failing, a descent into darkness, and desperately wishes to pull him back. But Fang Yuan only sees him as a valuable pawn, an A-grade talent that he might one day need to use, exploit, or discard entirely for his own grander schemes. This emotional coldness is Fang Yuan's greatest strength and his most terrifying inhuman trait, allowing him to make choices others wouldn't dare. For Fang Yuan, Fang Zheng is merely a tool, a resource to be managed. He knows his brother's potential, his A-grade aptitude is immense, but also that his naive personality is easily manipulated. Fang Yuan subtly guides Fang Zheng into certain situations, pushing him to cultivate faster, to accumulate more resources, all while ensuring Fang Zheng remains loyal to the clan's righteous path. He plans to exploit Fang Zheng's talents for his own benefit, perhaps even sacrificing him if the opportunity arises. There is no familial love, only cold, calculated utility. This detached, almost scientific approach to human relationships is what makes Fang Yuan truly dangerous.
Soon, Fang Yuan breaks through to become a rank 2 Gu Master, a feat that should have taken years for someone of his perceived C-grade aptitude. He keeps this significant breakthrough a closely guarded secret, meticulously using his hidden strength to dominate clan missions and accumulate even more resources. He hunts powerful beasts in the treacherous mountains, refines new goo worms he discovers using his vast knowledge of ancient recipes, and slowly but surely builds a reputation as a lone wolf, dangerous, incredibly efficient, and utterly ruthless. His cunning ensures no one truly understands the depth of his power or his true intentions, allowing him to amass wealth and strength unchecked. He doesn't just complete missions, he optimizes them. If a mission requires hunting 3 lightning wolves, Fang Yuan hunts 10, selling the extra goo materials on the black market or saving them for future refinements. If a mission involves exploring a dangerous cave, he uses his future knowledge to find hidden side passages containing rare herbs or dormant goo worms that others would overlook. He manipulates the clan's reward system, always choosing missions that offer the highest potential for hidden gains, not just official merit. Every action is a step towards greater power, a meticulous accumulation of resources that will serve his ultimate mnemonic goals. As Fang Yuan solidifies his hidden power, a catastrophic disaster strikes Qing Mao Mountain, a massive wolf tide. Thousands upon thousands of lightning wolves, led by terrifying wolf kings and even more powerful beast emperors, descend upon the mountain, their eyes glowing with feral hunger, threatening to wipe out all 3 clans that inhabit the region. The Gu Yue village is immediately forced into a state of total war, and every single Gu Master, from the youngest rank 1 to the most experienced elders, is called to the front lines to defend their very existence. The air crackles with fear, desperation, and the pungent smell of blood and ozone. For the other clan members, the wolf tide is an unmitigated catastrophe, a terrifying struggle for survival, a time of immense loss and sacrifice. Panic grips the village, and despair begins to set in as the casualties mount. But for Fang Yuan, with his unique perspective, it's a goldmine of opportunity. The chaos of war is the perfect cover for his more nefarious activities, a crucible in which he can forge his strength and eliminate obstacles. He sees not just death and destruction, but a vast, untapped resource of fallen Gu Masters and beasts, ripe for the taking. His cold calculations never cease, even as the screams of his clansmen echo around him. He uses the constant, brutal battles to hone his combat skills, becoming a master of opportunistic strikes and evasive maneuvers. He harvests valuable goo materials from the corpses of fallen wolves, taking advantage of the confusion to loot without detection. Even more chillingly, he subtly manipulates situations to get his rivals and obstacles killed, pushing them into dangerous positions or withholding aid, all while appearing to be a loyal, if somewhat detached clan member, fighting bravely for survival. He even manages to acquire a precious stealth goo from a fallen enemy, further enhancing his ability to operate in the shadows, unseen and unheard. During this brutal period, he encounters the prodigy of the rival Bao clan, a striking young man named Richard Bao. Richard Bao possesses one of the legendary 10 extreme physiques, the Northern Dark Ice Soul physique, granting him immense power and unparalleled talent in ice cultivation. However, this incredible gift also carries a terrible curse. It dooms him to die young, his body unable to contain the overwhelming ice energy, slowly freezing him from within. He is arrogant, immensely powerful, and desperately seeking a worthy opponent to face in a glorious deathmatch before his predetermined time runs out, viewing life as a fleeting, boring spectacle. Richard Bao's existence is a paradox, blessed with unimaginable talent, yet cursed with an inevitable early death. This impending doom has twisted his personality, making him reckless, nihilistic, and utterly indifferent to the lives of others, including his own. He seeks to experience the thrill of ultimate battle, to burn brightly before his flame is extinguished forever. When he encounters Fang Yuan, he senses a kindred spirit in ruthlessness, an opponent worthy of his final glorious struggle. He views Fang Yuan with a mix of disdain for his lower cultivation and morbid curiosity about the depth of his dark nature, anticipating a truly memorable confrontation.
The three clans on the mountain, the Gu Yue, Bao, and Xiong clans, are forced into a temporary, uneasy alliance to survive the overwhelming wolf tide. But beneath this fragile unity, tensions run incredibly high, fueled by centuries of rivalry, suspicion, and territorial disputes. Each clan leader eyes the others with distrust, constantly looking for opportunities to gain an advantage or shift blame. Fang Yuan navigates these treacherous clan politics with chilling ease, using his vast knowledge of their leaders' weaknesses, desires, and hidden agendas to play them against each other for his own benefit. He's not just a warrior in the fray, he's a master manipulator, pulling strings from the shadows, ensuring that chaos benefits him most. He subtly spreads rumors, feeds false information, and exploits existing animosities between the clan elders, causing friction and distrust at critical moments. For instance, he might accidentally reveal a weakness in the Gu Yue clan's defenses to a Xiong clan elder, knowing it would cause them to divert resources, weakening the overall alliance, but creating a new opportunity for him. He ensures that while the clans are fighting the wolf tide, they are also fighting each other, creating a perfect environment for his own schemes to flourish, a true demon thriving in the heart of conflict. In a critical moment, as the wolf tide reaches its peak, the first-generation ancestor of the Gu Yue clan, a powerful rank 5 expert who had turned himself into a zombie to extend his life, awakens from his long slumber. He was supposed to be the clan's hidden trump card, their ultimate savior, a legendary figure from their past who would rise to repel the invaders. The clan members, desperate and facing annihilation, cling to this hope with fervent prayers and desperate pleas, believing their founder will magically turn the tide of battle and save them all from the brink of destruction. They see him as a divine intervention, a miracle. But Fang Yuan knows the horrifying truth, a secret he learned in his past life. The ancestor's mind has long since degraded. He's not a savior. He's a mindless, bloodthirsty monster, a ticking time bomb about to devastate his own descendants. The life-extending zombie transformation had cost him his sanity, leaving behind only primal instincts and a hunger for flesh. Fang Yuan watches with cold detachment as the clan's hopes are about to be brutally shattered, knowing this false dawn will only hasten their complete and utter destruction, creating an even greater opportunity for him to escape the doomed mountain. The ancestor, now a feral, rampaging zombie, goes on a horrifying rampage, slaughtering his own descendants without mercy or recognition. He tears through the Guyu village, his decaying body moving with terrifying speed and strength, ripping apart Gu masters and innocents alike. The Guyu clan is instantly thrown into utter chaos, their last hope turned into their greatest nightmare. The clan leader and the remaining elders, filled with despair and profound regret, sacrifice themselves in a desperate, futile attempt to stop him, but their efforts are in vain. Their primeval essence and lives are devoured, adding to the monster's power as the village burns. The entire clan structure, the society Fang Yuan was born into and meticulously exploited, collapses in a single horrific night of fire, blood, and unspeakable terror. Buildings crumble, ancestral halls are desecrated, and the once proud Gu Yue clan is reduced to scattered, fleeing remnants. The wolf tide, now a secondary threat,
continues its assault, picking off the survivors. Fang Yuan navigates this utter annihilation with a cold, clear mind, witnessing the complete destruction of his former home without a flicker of emotion. He sees only opportunity in the ashes, a clear path to escape the mountain and embark on his true journey. Amidst this unprecedented destruction and the chaos of the collapsing village, Fang Yuan and Richard Bao have their fateful confrontation. Richard Bao, having reached the peak of rank 3 and driven by his impending death, challenges Fang Yuan to a death match, seeking a glorious end to his cursed life. The battle that ensues is brutal and relentless, a clash of two ruthless individuals in a world consumed by fire and ice. Fang Yuan, still only at rank 2, is clearly outmatched in raw power and cultivation realm, but his combat experience is 500 years deep, honed by countless life-or-death struggles, making him a terrifyingly unpredictable opponent. Fang Yuan fights with cunning, ruthlessness, and a complete disregard for his own safety, employing dirty tricks and exploiting every minute opening. He uses his white jade goo to tank hits, his moonlight goo to launch precise, distracting attacks, and his raw, demonic will to push through pain that would cripple others. Richard Bao, while immensely powerful, is arrogant and somewhat predictable in his pursuit of a glorious death, a weakness Fang Yuan ruthlessly exploits. He forces Richard Bao to expend more primeval essence, to reveal his full power, pushing him to his absolute limits, all according to Fang Yuan's cold, calculated plan. Richard Bao, desperate to achieve a meaningful death, unleashes the full, terrifying power of his extreme physique, knowing it will consume him entirely. He ascends to rank 4, creating a massive, cataclysmic ice storm that threatens to freeze the entire mountain into oblivion, a final, beautiful, and destructive display of his cursed power. The raw power is immense, overwhelming, enough to obliterate anything in its path. But Fang Yuan had anticipated this, his future knowledge guiding his every move, knowing this was the precise moment to enact his most audacious plan, a risky gamble that would redefine both their fates. As Richard Bao's ice energy reaches its zenith, Fang Yuan activates a special goo, the yin-yang rotation goo. This unique goo worm, meticulously acquired and refined through his past life's knowledge, possesses the incredible ability to capture and convert extreme energies. He uses it to capture the essence of Bao's self-detonation, refining it on the spot into a new, powerful goo worm. It's a gamble of monumental proportions, requiring precise timing and immense mental fortitude, but one he knew would pay off. He is not just fighting Richard Bao, he is actively harvesting his essence, transforming his enemy's ultimate attack into his own personal gain. The result is something truly extraordinary and completely unexpected. Richard Bao doesn't die. Instead, his northern dark ice soul physique is gone, completely purged, and he is reborn as a woman. She still possesses A-grade aptitude, but she's stripped of her ice powers and the curse that came with them, leaving her disoriented and furious. Fang Yuan, meanwhile, uses the chaotic energy unleashed by Bao's transformation to break through to rank 3, solidifying his power. He now holds the crucial Yang Gu, the key to restoring Richard Bao's former power and gender, forcing the proud genius into a reluctant, deeply resentful alliance. Their fates are now intertwined, a twisted bond forged in fire and ice. With Qing Mao Mountain utterly destroyed and the Guo Yu clan annihilated, there is absolutely nothing left for Fang Yuan in this desolate place. The small pond he started in, the stage for his initial rebirth and machinations, is gone forever, a smoking ruin. He and the now female Richard Bao, bound by a mutual, desperate need for survival and a deep, simmering suspicion of one another, decide to leave the ruined mountain together. Their journey as a pair of demonic cultivators, one reborn and one transformed, is truly about to begin, leading them into a vast, unknown world filled with new dangers and even greater opportunities for power and exploitation. And so ends the first brutal chapter of Fang Yuan's new life. He began as a seemingly powerless boy with a terrible secret,
haunted by the specter of his past, dismissed as a mere C-grade talent. He ended this arc as a cunning rank 3 Gu master, having acquired a powerful, unwilling ally in Richard Bao, and having turned a world-ending disaster into his personal stepping stone to greater power. He used his 500 years of knowledge to defy fate, crushed his enemies with cold, calculated precision, and manipulated everyone around him for his own gain. Qing Mao Mountain was merely the tutorial, a proving ground. The real game, the grand tapestry of his demonic journey across the vast world, is only just beginning, and the stakes are about to get infinitely higher.